Hello and welcome. It's finally time for my 2023, or at least start of 2023, disc golf in the bag. Uh, I've been waiting to record this because I had a new bag coming in and it finally got delivered today. So I just got it all set up and yeah, we'll start with that. I got the Berg's bags, Berg's Disc Sports Iceberg V3. I've been looking for a bag with more capacity, and when these started selling through Disc Golf 978, it was perfect timing. It was like the day that I really committed to looking for a new bag, and it's got so much capacity. It's waterproof. It's super comfortable. Lots of back support and nice cushioned straps. That's the word I was looking for. And yeah, super friendly customer service over there too. I've had several conversations with the person running it. So yeah, start off with the stuff that's not discs. So one big change from previous years is that I am now using a mixed bag. I'm not just using Trilogy stuff. So first off, I've got just a towel, feature card, super cool guy, also made the hat, and a tick scoop just because it's really important to try to avoid getting ticks while you're out playing disc golf. And then started using a flight towel, got this for Christmas. I think the fob is a destroyer, it's just whatever. Super comfortable, really good for practicing form because I don't get a lot of time to go out into the field or throw into a net or whatever. So I spend a lot of time just like when I'm home, just using my flight towel, working on my form, really working to engage the left side of my body. And then in this pocket, I've just got my minis. Just an old Trilogy Challenge one, my first PDGA one, and a super cool wooden Emerson Keith mini. I mostly use the Trilogy Challenge one, but like, whatever. It's a mini. I don't have anything in this side pocket yet. As I said, this bag just got delivered today. This other side pocket has a nice divider, so I'm going to put my water bottles in it. You can't really see that, but there's a divider, so I can put my water bottles in. This pocket is where I have my grip bag. And then in this other big side pocket, because like I said, a lot of space in this bag. I've got my rangefinder, just the Bushnell, I don't remember which one, the one that has like the feet of elevation. And I have a backup battery for it, just in case it dies while I'm in the middle of a round and I need to see how far I am. The Bushnell is really great for like just checking distances, making sure I'm confident in my shots. I know the range on a lot of my discs, so being able to know if I should go putter or mid, super useful. I know my putting range is about 100 feet, so if I'm outside of that, I shouldn't be like using my putters. I should just throw a nice upshot. So yeah. Now getting into the discs themselves. As you can see, I have a lot in here because that's what this bag is great for. As I said, I'm not using all Trilogy stuff. Still mostly Trilogy because like that's what I have the most of, and I really like those brands. So I just wanted to try using some other stuff, and it's a lot of fun. So putters, I ended up going back to my BT Hybrid Crowns that I was using in 2020 and the start of 2021. So during 2021, I switched over to the Faiths, but I don't like the plastic. It beats in too quickly. The Sun's plastic. And then I tried going to Classic Hybrid Judges because, like, Classic Hybrid and BT Hybrid, they're the same plastic. It's my favorite putter plastic of all. It's nice and rigid while still having a lot of grip. And I went to the Judge just because like it's super popular. I wanted to try it out, and it's a lot easier to buy Judges than, or the classic hybrid Judges than the BT hybrid crowns. But what I realized is the profile of the crown has this flat before the bead, whereas the Judge is rounded before the bead, and so I wasn't getting the clean release that I was used to with the crowns. I ended up just switching back to these. This was the one that like I used in the first tournament I played at all, which was the 2020 Trilogy Challenge. This one was used by like my dad's cousin, I believe, used that one. And I mainly putt with this blue one. The black one is for warm-ups and like if I land in the mud and I don't want to mark it. I always have another putter in my left hand when I'm putting. Just, I practice that way, so I should play that way. I'm a spin putter, really like step putting, and can usually get about 100 feet on my putts, like I said before. And the crowns are just glidey. Like they're a 3-4-0-1, just so much glide and just like that little bit of fade at the end. Because as you can see, these are very beat up. Been in my bag off and on since 2020. And then I've got 4 1-speeds in the bag right now. This one I don't actually throw during rounds, it's just for warm-up, and that's the MVP Glitch and the Neutron Soft. This one's like 145 grams. They don't come heavy yet. But yeah, I don't use this when I'm playing most of the time. It's just for like tossing before a round, get my arm warmed up. As someone who played Ultimate in college, it's really helpful to have a disc like this, like to just practice nice smooth throws before I play. It's a lot of fun. I'll just like toss with my dad as I'm warming up, or between rounds or whatever. And then the main 1-speed I have is the Kastaplast Berg. I'm currently bagging 3 Bergs. They're all slightly different, serve different purposes. But if you don't know the Berg, it's one of the weirdest shaped discs. You can't really see, but there's like a bump thumb track thing. And the whole purpose is that it flies and then it drops out of the air. The numbers are 1102, but I believe it should be like a 1100 or even give it 0 glide. It's not supposed to glide. So this one is in the K3 Glow. It's the Josef Berg Team Series. I've got this one pretty beat up, so I'll hyzer flip it, get it to glide right as it's going down. It's more of a driving one for me. The other driving one I have is this K1 that I added the RO and E to, because now it's my last name. I have the same thing on my other one. This K1 is a touch more stable than the others, so if I release it on hyzer, it's just gonna like fade out a little. So it's just, those are the complements as the driving Bergs. And then this pink one, which also has the RO and E. This is my K3 Hard. This is my main approach Berg. I'll throw it on nice straight shots, maybe a little bit of a hyzer flip into flat. It just pushes straight and then drops. I actually just had like a pretty decent throw in with it during doubles New Year's round, which was super fun. And then the last throwing putter I have is a BT Soft Westside Shield. It's a 3301. I like the Shield because it's the only like true putter that I feel comfortable forehanding with just how deep it is. And I can also use it on like longer throws than the Berg. The Berg doesn't go nearly as far, but the Shield can push, and it's nice and torque resistant, so I know I can lean into it, have like a nice penetrating hyzer or nice forehand turnover. And the soft plastic, it's gonna land. It's not gonna get much ground play. It's just a great throwing putter. And then the last approach discs I have, the approach mode, I have 2 harps still. So this is my BT Hard harp. This is my main approach harp. So the harp is a 4303, a nice overstable approach disc. Lots of forehands with this. I'm not going to backhand it all that much, just because I use it as an approach disc. If I'm approaching backhand, I'm probably throwing the Berg instead. Really like the Huck Labs Hypno stamp on this. The harp is just, it's been a staple in my bag for as long as I've been playing. And then the other harp I have is one of the Riki Waisahi Glow harps, which you can see I got an ace with in the past year. Super exciting. So these are VIP X Moonshine. It's the most overstable run of harp that I know of. And it's my driving harp. Like if I want to throw a harp on a drive, get more ground play, I'm going to throw this one. Just, again, lots of forehands, not really going to backhand it. I've got other overstable discs for backhands. And yeah, the harp is just a fantastic disc. Every brand has something similar. And in my opinion, the harp is the best one. So getting into mid-ranges. Right now I'm bagging 6 mid-ranges. So first off, the other 4-speed, which I kind of use as a counterpart to the harp, like the overstable backhand. I've got 2 anvils. Again, West Side. They're 4204, so they're a little bit more stable than the harp. But I also feel like I can get a lot better of a grip on it, so I can lean more into it, get more power. Just like the shape of it is better for driving. So this is my most overstable anvil. It's just I put it out there if I need something that's gonna crash left. Don't really forehand this, because if I'm gonna forehand it, I'll just throw the VIPX Moonshine harp. So yeah, just a nice, consistent, very overstable mid. And then the BT Hybrid Anvil has to be one of the discs that like I personally throw best. Like between these runs and the Nico ones, for some reason, I don't know if it's the grip or what, I can go full power on it, just push it dead straight about 350 and then get a little fade left. It's just the, like, if I'm in a field and I have just an open, push straight, slightly hyzer shot, I'm going for the anvil all the time. This one's got the nice Tristan Tanner bottom stamp from another round. Also, because it's a putter plastic, I feel a lot more comfortable forehanding this. So it's like, if I need a longer shot than the harp, I'll go to the BT Hybrid Anvil forehand. And then 5 speeds. So the most understable mid-range I have is the Axiom Paradox. I haven't been talking about weights, but most of that stuff is max weight. So I've got Axiom Paradox, the special edition Neutron plastic. This thing is just a utility mid. Super understable. It's 5.4 -40 if I remember correctly. It's just if I like am stuck where I can only throw a backhand but I need it to go far right, or I can only throw a forehand and I need it to go far left, throwing the Paradox, it's made to fly the opposite of like the normal flight pattern. So just super understable. I also like it on super weak forehands, like super gentle, touchy is a better term. It just flips up and glides over to the left to get through woods and stuff, because I play a lot of woods golf playing in New England. Next step up in stability, I have an Infinite Glow Sea Blend Anubis, the Maria Oliva team stamp, or team series. Super comfortable, slightly understable mid-range. I throw this thing all the time on just like gentle hyzer flips, push, and just like slow turn. This is a 5500, but like I said, it turns a little bit. super comfortable plastic. Big fan of this plastic, actually. And just I'll lean on this thing a lot for just the little turnovers. I've started throwing a lot more hyzer release angles in the past year, so having just slightly understable stuff is super helpful for that. The next mid I have is the do-it-all mid. I have a Buzz, Z Metallic Flex Buzz, Leadstone version or edition. First off, it just looks really cool. The stamp, the camera doesn't do it full justice. It's got like the layered stamp. There's nothing I can say about a Buzz that like someone else already hasn't said. It's the dead straight mid. Put it on a little hyzer, flip up to flat, and just push forward. I think it's a 5.4 -1.1, and it is the gold standard of straight mids. Use it. It complements my Anubis really well because I can release both of them on the same angle. They flip up to flat, then the Buzz will fade off a little, and the Anubis will turn a little. So, really similar shots. And then the last mid I have in my bag is a VIP-X Warship from Westside. Just got this thing. The VIP-X is just a little bit more stable than the normal VIP, so it gets a penetrating hyzer rather than the flip up and then fade. So it's more for like if I need it just slowly pushing left the entire way instead of pushing straight and then crashing left. The Warship is a 5601, lots of glide, touch overstable, especially in the VIP-X plastic. Like a normal VIP one flies pretty similar to like somewhere around the Buzz or Anubis, but the VIP-X is just like that bit more stable, that gives it its own spot here. Then into fairways. I have 8 fairways in the bag right now, 2 of which are special utility discs that we'll get to. So my understable fairway, I have a Orbit River, which super cool stamp. I love this stamp on this. Only ever available on the Latitude site, wasn't released in the US. But it's just a nice understable, super glidey fairway. It's a 7.7 -1.1, and just like hyzer flip, turn to flat, and just push right the entire way. Just super consistent, super glidey. It's gonna go forever. If you have a slower arm speed, the River is a fantastic driver to use. My dad leans on the River so much. Then next up, I have a ESP Prototype Athena. Can't really see the stamp because it's the same color. So the Athena is a 7502. It's Paul's newest disc. It's just a fantastic do-it-all fairway. I'll throw it on a little bit of hyzer, get it to flip up, turn, and then come back. Like, it just gets a nice full flight out of that little bit of hyzer that I like releasing on. Can also forehand it, get a nice full flight that way. And even if I release it flat, I know it's not going to turn and burn. It's going to turn and come back at the end. Just super useful to just push in the woods. And then the last 7-speed I have is the Rebecca Cox Grand Glory. Glory is a nice overstable fairway. I want to say it's like a 7403. I don't have the numbers to this one on me. I have another one right here. Super professional, I know. 7503. It's just my backup bag. So 7503, nice overstable fairway. It's gonna push on hyzer, can get some nice flex shots out of it. It's a nice, consistent, overstable fairway. Speaking of overstable fairways, I now have 3 Felons in the bag of different stabilities. So the least stable one I have is this Raptor Eye one. These Raptor Eye Felons are beautiful. They like I said, they're the least stable Felons. They'll flip up to flat, turn maybe a little bit, or just penetrate on the just flat and then fade out. I love the feel of the Felon. Almost every Felon is super flat. These ones actually have a little bit of dome to them, and they just look so good. So nice neutral, just lightly, well, for a Felon, understable. Then I have my normal Fusion, or my normal Orbit Fusion Felon. I did this die. It's my favorite die that I've done. This one just pushes on whatever angle I release it on and then dumps out as a Felon wants to do. Can forehand this one nicely too. It's nice, overstable. It's a Felon. And then I have one of the Eric Oakley Fusion X Felons. This thing is very overstable. I'm a big fan of releasing it on forehands at about this angle because I know that it'll come back at about 300 feet on the forehand and die right. There are quite a few holes where I play that that shot works beautifully for. I'll also backhand it if I really need to put some oomph into it, push it out straight and just have it crash left. And then the other 2 fairways I have are just complete utility fairways. So I have a Lux Vapor tilt, the full tilt from Discmania. Most overstable disc they've ever made. I'll use it once in a while on a basically vertical anhyzer and just flip or just turn or flips and dies left. Some forehands. I really like it for flick rollers. If I don't have a full swing, if I just have to go wrist, it just lands and just pushes. It works really well for flick rollers for some reason. And it's just a fun disc to throw. And then I have my Northman. This was the first disc I ever owned. And I got it from my dad, who got it from a used bin. I'm the third owner. It's an 167 gram Northman. So the Northman is normally a 10.5 -1/2, but this thing is just so understable. I'll throw it on a vertical hyzer and it'll flip up and pan right. I can throw Skamahawks with it. I can throw a 45-degree hyzer and get it to roll. It's just utility. If I'm trapped and I have to throw a forehand, it's a faster version of the Paradox. Throw a forehand, flip up and push left. It's super useful. So those numbers aren't meaningful on it anymore, but it's a sentimental disc for me, and it's just super useful. And everything I had stacked up just fell. So that's it for my fairway drivers. So getting into my distance drivers, I have 3, 6, 7, but only 4 molds. So first off, I have 2 Orbit Swords. Sword is a nice, slightly understable distance driver from Westside. I believe it's a 12.5 -0.52, but it flies less stable than that. This one's pretty beat up. I'll use it on very sharp hyzers if I need something to push right. Whereas this one is newer, so I can get it to flip up to flat, and I know it'll fade back after getting some turn, get a nice full flight out of it. This one is more just cycling for when this one gets too beat up. And Sword is just a great distance driver. Now, my main distance drivers right now are the Discmania S-Line Cloudbreaker, the Eagle Creator series. I really like this like blue purple one. I don't know if it's just like that I've not had good releases with this teal one, but it seems like this one is a touch less stable. But the Cloudbreaker, release it on that little hyzer that I've been talking about this entire time, and I get the nice full flight. Thing goes so far. Like I said, I think this one's a touch more stable. I don't know if it's just releases so far, but really liking the Cloudbreaker as just a nice distance driver. The S-Blend plastic, or S-Line plastic, is super comfortable. They look beautiful, and just go forever. Then I have my Rives. So the Rive is a disc that I've been bagging for a long time. This Kevin Kiefer one is more beat up than this Linus one. So this one will get a nice penetrating hyzer. It's super nice for like if I want to throw a hyzer shot more than the Cloudbreaker, which will flip up. And this one is more stable. I'll throw a lot more Rive forehands than backhands. Just more comfortable with more stable discs on forehand. I don't throw a lot of hyzer flips when it comes to forehand, so it's just useful to throw nice flat shots that I know are going to fade off. And then the last disc in my bag right now is a Opto Stiletto. Super overstable distance driver, mostly just like utility. If I need to throw a big flex shot, or if I'm playing in the wind, or again forehands where I need it to crash right, I'll throw the Stiletto. Otherwise, I'm not going to it most of the time. So yeah, that's what I've got in my bag for the start of the 2023 season. We'll see how that changes throughout the year. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know if there's any discs that like you want to try out now that you've seen them, or whatever your favorite disc is from your bag. Just let me know. Have a great day. Like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, keep it casual.